राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Somebody would like to recite? Hare Krishna. Somebody would like to recite? Somebody would like to recite chapter 8? I think it is chapter 8 today, right? Anybody would like to recite this chapter? Okay, Ananta Prabhu, please go ahead. Hare Krishna. Sheikh Bansal Prabhu has to unmute Anant Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Oh, okay. Please unmute Ananta Prabhu.
Muted.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Hare Krishna. Okay. Arjun uvacha kim tad brahm kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottamam adibhutam cha kim proktamadhim devam kimuchyate adhiyagya katham ko atra dehe ashmin madhusudana प्रयाण काले च कथं गेयो असि नियते अतंभि श्रीभगवान् उवाच अक्षरं ब्रह्म परं स्वभावो अध्यात्म उच्यते भूतो भावद्रव्यकरो विसर्ग कर्म संज्ञेयत अधिभूतं क्षरो भाव पुरुषश्चिदैवतम् अधियज्ञो अहमेवात्र देहे देहभृतां वर अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मृत्यो कलेवरम् यः प्रयति सः मद्रयावां याति नास्तत्र संशयः यं यं वापि स्मरन् भावः त्यजन्ते कलेवरम् तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तत्र भवेत् तस्मात्सत्तर्वर्षु कालेषु ममानुष्यमरयुध्य च मया प्रतिमनुबुद्धि मार्मवैश्यस्म्य संशयः अभ्यासयोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परं पुरुषं दिव्यं यति पार्थानुचिन्तयन्नि कविं पुराणानुमनुष्यं सितार मनोरण्यां समनुस्मरद्धे सर्वस्य धातारमचिन्तरूप मदितरवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् प्रयाणकाले मनसाचलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव भूर्भुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमवेश्य सम्यक् तं परं पुरुषपैति दिव्यम् यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति विशान्ति यदतयो वीतरागः यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्ये चरन्ति तते पदं संग्रहणे प्रवक्ष्य सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्यनो मनो हृदि निरुध्य च मूर्धन्यानि धयात्मना प्राणमस्थितो योगधारणाम् ॐ इत्यक्षरं ब्रह्मविहारं न मनुष्यमरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं सा याति परमां गतिम् अनन्यचेतः सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याः सुलभ पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिना माम उपैत्य पुनर्जन्मे दुःखशाल्यां शाश्वता नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मना संसिधा परमां गतिः गताः आब्रह्मो भुवनो लोकाः पुनर्वर्तिनो अर्जुन मामुपत्ते तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्मे च विद्यते सहस्रयुगे पर्यन्त महर्यद्रव्यणो ब्रह्माणो विदुः रात्रियोग सहस्रतातं तेह हरियोत्राद्विदो जनाः आव्यक्ताद्व्यक्तव्य सर्वः प्रभन्ते त्वरं गमे रात्र्यारगमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्र एवाव्यक्तसंज्ञके भूतग्रामः स एवायं भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्राज्ञमवश्यः पार्था प्रभवत्यार्गमे परस्तस्मात्तु भाव्याव्यनो अव्यक्ता सनातना यः सः सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यते आव्यक्तो अक्षरा इत्युक्तस्तमाहुं परमां गतिं यं प्राप्य न निर्वन्ते तद्वं परमं पुरुषः स परः पार्थ भक्त्या लभ्यस्तान्या यस्यान्तः स्थानि भूतानि येन सर्वमिदं ततं यत्र काले त्वनावृतं मृत्युं चैव योगिनः प्रयाते यान्तिं तं कालं वक्ष्यामि भरतर्षभ। अग्निर्ज्योतिः श्रावणमासे उत्तरायणे तत्र प्रयतः गच्छन्ति ब्रह्मविदो जनाः। धूमो रास्त्रियते कृष्णाश्रमास्य दक्षिणायानं तत्र चान्द्रमसं ज्योतिर्योगी प्राप्य निर्वर्तते शुक्लकृष्ण गतिर्हितो जगतः शाश्वते मते एकया यात्ययान्यवृत्तमन्यवर्तते पुनः नैते श्रुति पार्थ जागनिजयोगी मुह्यते कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु योगयुक्ते भव अर्जुन वेदसु यज्ञेषु तपःसु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यकालं प्रदिष्टम् अत्यति तत्सर्वदं विदतां योगिं भरं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्। हरे कृष्ण।
ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे अक्षर ब्रह्म योगो नाम अष्टमोऽध्यायः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम
राम हरे हरे।
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Today who is reading?
Started.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who is reading today?
Today I am reading, sir.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Go ahead.
Oh. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak in front of all of you. So this is Adhyay 2, Slok 6. Na chaitad vidmaha katrano gariyo yadva jayama yadiva no jayayo yan eva hatvana jijivashamas तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रा न चैताद विद्मः कतरन्नो गरेयो यादवाजमो यदीवा नो जयो यन एवा हत्वा न जिजीविषामस्ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रा। Word to word meaning: na, nor, cha, also, etat, this, vidima, do we know, katrat, which, na, for us, gariya, better, yat, va, whether, jayama, we may conquer, yadi, if, va, or, na, us, jayavum, they conquer, yan, those, who, eva, certainly, hatva, by killing, na, never, jijivishamaha, we would want to live, they, all of them, avasthita, are situated, pramukhe, in the front, Dhritarashtra, the son of Dhritarashtra. So translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ji. So nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we killed the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live, yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessary violence, although fighting is the duty of the Kshatriyas, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence, nor was there a certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of defeat for them. All these considerations by Arjuna definitely prove that not only was this considerations by Arjuna definitely proved that not only was he a great devotee of the Lord, but he was also highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate it is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge, and without knowledge and devotion there is no chance of liberation. Arjuna was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. So, in this verse, before to this verse, Sunil Prabhu yesterday already told that Arjuna is not an ordinary person. He is an extraordinary person. Yet he is creating a scene where we can relate to this to our situation. As it is clear, he is getting perplexed in this verse. So, like Arjuna is saying that before to this verse also, that what would be better, conquered by them or conquering them. So this all are showing that he is a very enlightened person. He is not just only good at material relationship, but he is also a very good human being also. Means enlightened person, that it's already said that. And before to that also, he said that it would be better to live by begging than killing them. It is also showing that he is a very, like Prabhupada ji mentioned also, that he is very detached person. So this all the qualities are quite fit for liberation. So I don't know the much of detail of this. So any other devotees can mention this further and add to this. So Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you so much. So, what you can do is, which you can share probably this word is there, or yeah, and speak, and that will be for to see. Otherwise, if we want to the next verse, that is also possible. We can do this. So this verse says, this verse we saw how Arjuna is requesting does not want to fight because he will lose his family. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry I lost the connection. Hare Krishna. So this is Arjuna is telling Krishna that this is very difficult because he has to kill his family members, and also even if they win, if Arjuna wins the war, then he has to live without the family members, or also the results are not certain. So he says, I would rather live by begging rather than killing rather than fighting this war. So what Prabhupada is saying, that Prabhupada says his desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. So how can somebody live by begging? Somebody who is a king, for him or her living by begging is so unimaginable. But Arjuna is able to say like that, and he can do that because he is very detached. Also, we saw he has done it also in the past, when we saw he went to exile for 12 years plus 1 year of incognito. So they were able to live by begging. All the 5 brothers along with Mother Kunti, and was Draupadi ji also there that time? Yeah, she was also there that time. Yes. So they all lived by begging, living in the forests. And here it is further said that the Prabhupada says that these are virtuous qualities, and so of course detachment is a virtual quality, but more important is the faith in the words of Krishna, his spiritual master. So this means Arjuna has got immense faith in the words of Krishna, because Krishna is the Supreme Lord and he is the Supreme Spiritual Master. Whatever Krishna says, it is all good for everybody. And Arjuna has complete faith on Krishna's words. That is why Arjuna is approaching Krishna. This is another important thing. And now Prabhupada says, unless one's senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge. So unless we are, like we read also in the first chapter of LGLG, Lamgita Live Gita course, that the foremost quality of a right thinker is, what is that? Somebody remembers the foremost quality of the right thinker? Neutral. Yes, neutral. So, and we saw how do we become neutral if somebody's senses are controlled. Sorry. If somebody's senses are controlled, then that person can be neutral, because our senses are always pulling us in different directions and making us biased. And then Prabhupada says, with our senses are controlled, then one can, unless senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge. And without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. And Arjuna has all these qualities. He has his senses are controlled, and he has devotion for the Lord. Therefore, there is every chance for him to elevate to the platform of knowledge, means to be able to receive Bhagavad Gita and to get liberation from all miseries of material world. So Arjuna is competent in all the attributes. Of course, Arjuna is eternal associate of the Lord, but we learn from his example here in this Leela that what are the desirable qualities which we should cultivate. Hare Krishna. Please add, everybody. Hare Krishna. Please add.
Hare Krishna, sir. Pranam. Sir, can you elaborate on why the Pandavas were asked to remain incognito, and what happened during that 1 year of incognito, sir?
Hare Krishna. Nice question. So, Pandavas, as far as I remember, what I heard from Sir's lectures, and also I heard from where I think it was there in. Where did I hear? Some devotee told me. I don't remember. Okay, so so Pandavas, they lived in the kingdom of Virat. So the Virata is I don't know where exactly it is. Maybe it is in Bengal side in the East India. I'm not sure. So okay, so the Pandavas, they were living in that kingdom, and just a moment. Okay, Hare Krishna. Sorry. So the Virata kingdom, the kingdom of King Virata, he was he was the king there, and he all the Pandavas were living there. As far as I remember, Yudhishthir Maharaj became his advisor because they were living incognito, so nobody knew who are they. They just approached there, and so Yudhishthir Maharaj was the advisor of the king, and what's his name? Arjuna. I think Arjuna became Brihannala. He became dance teacher for the daughter of the king, and daughter of the king, her name is Madhuruttara, who later becomes the mother of Parikshit Maharaj, wife of Abhimanyu, and daughter-in-law of Arjuna. So Arjuna was teaching her dance because Arjuna was cursed by the Apsara Urvashi that he should be neuter for 1 year. So that's why he became neuter or an Anuk, and he was teaching dance in that kingdom to the daughter of the king. Oh, the question is, Jitendra Prabhu is asking the question that why does Arjuna say that if they kill the Kauravas, it will be difficult for Arjuna to live? Because in the previous verse, or the previous verse, we saw that not only the Kaurava brothers will be killed, but also Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, and so many respectable family members will be killed. So I think that's a very sad part of Mahabharata, that Bhishma Dev also left. So yeah, coming back to the story or the Leela, that Arjuna was teaching dance to Uttara, and like that, I think Draupadi ji became Dasi. She became the servant of the queen, I think. I don't remember. So, and in this way, all the brothers were taking different positions in that palace and serving there, and nobody knew that they were Pandavas, and that is Draupadi. I don't think Mother Kunti was there. I don't know. So okay, they were living there, and in this way they spent 1 year, almost 1 year they spent, and then somehow I think Duryodhana got this hint that maybe they are residing there. The 5 brothers and Mother Draupadi, they are residing in that kingdom. So so Duryodhana immediately ordered his army that we will go to attack the kingdom of Virat. And when they all went there, all of them, they went, like all the great warriors, I think including Bhishma and Drona, as far as I have heard. I mean, I have heard. So they went to the kingdom. They reached the border of the kingdom of Virat, and the king got the news that the Kauravas have attacked they have attacked the kingdom. So when this news came, the son of Virat was there. He was over enthusiastic, and he said, "Oh, I will see them. I'm alone sufficient for that entire army. And he was very enthusiastic, and he said, I will go. And he said, I will not take any army also with me. I will just go alone, and I will destroy the entire army of Kauravas. So Arjuna, when this happened, Yudhishthira Maharaj was the advisor of the king. He advised the king, okay, you can send him, but don't send him alone. Send one charioteer for him. Send him with one charioteer who will be driving his chariot. And who will become the charioteer? The normal charioteer is not good. So you send this Brihannala. He is a very good charioteer also. And everybody knew Brihannala, who is Arjuna. He teaches dance, and he is an Anuk. So which means the king was very doubtful. Are you sure he can do that? He's just a dance teacher. And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, don't worry. He has done this job before. He knows how to ride, how to drive the chariot. So the king, trusting the words of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he didn't know it's Yudhishthira Maharaj, but a very intelligent advisor. So the king agreed to the proposal. He said, okay. So the Yuvraj, the prince, and Brihannala became the charioteer. The prince was sitting on the chariot, and they all alone, without any army, they went to the border, where the Kaurava army was there. And so while they were going in that direction, the prince was very enthusiastic, and he was very excited. Today I will show them my prowess. Like that, he was very enthusiastic. And so slowly they approached the area where the army was stationed. So there's a long row of army. Means if you see left, there is no end to it. If you see right, there is no end to it. In front of you are standing all the great heroes like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Duryodhana, and they are all standing ready to attack. As soon as the prince saw this, he became so frightened that he almost like fainted, and he started crying, and he started pleading to Brihannala, take me back, I cannot even stand here. He was so afraid. And when Brihannala saw this, he said, he chastised him, said, you are a Kshatriya and you are supposed to fight, and this fight you have come, you yourself have come, and it's your responsibility to fight. How can you run away like a coward? But this prince he had no strength. He was so frightened, and he was almost collapsed. So Arjuna said, okay, you foolish person, you become the chariot driver, I will fight. And when this prince, he heard, he was totally confused. What is this? How this Brihannala, dance teacher, he is speaking like this? When I cannot fight, what he will fight? But this Arjuna asked him, okay, you drive the chariot, I will fight. And anyways, he had no option, so the prince became the charioteer. Arjuna told him, don't start the fight. We will not start the fight immediately. First you take me to, there is one tree, Shami tree. There is one tree, I will guide you, I will direct you there. So Arjuna directed him, okay, run, drive the chariot and quickly reach that tree. So they both just ran very quick, very fast. The chariot was driven to reach that tree. As soon as they arrived at that tree, Arjuna took his weapons from the tree, because Arjuna had so many celestial weapons which were given to him by different people, and he had acquired by his tapasya. So he collected all those weapons from there, and as soon as he picked his Gandiva, he immediately, everybody could recognize this is Arjuna. And means he kind of it became clear that he is Arjuna. So he again put all his weapons on the chariot. He also mounted the chariot and asked the prince to drive the chariot towards the Kaurav Sena now. And this prince was he got some confidence that, oh really, I was thinking this is a music teacher, but this is Arjuna. So he then Arjuna, as soon as they reached the army line where the battle was supposed to happen, Arjuna just Arjuna stringed his bow. So his Gandiva, it has to be strung. So he just strung his bow, and as soon as he just pulled the string, with that vibration, the like you can imagine, the whole army line is standing in front, and the horses, they collapsed and they came to their knees. Like all the chariots were shaken. The horses, they fell on their knees. And when this happened, immediately immediately Duryodhana recognized this is Arjuna, because who can have so much of power that just with the vibration of the string of his bow, the whole army, the horses are on their knees. So immediately Duryodhana shouted, I found them, I found them, I found them. And he was dancing in joy. And he was so happy that I found them now again, 12 years of exile and 1 year of incognito. So Duryodhana was the happiest person at that time, and that I found Arjuna. But then immediately he looked towards Bhishma Dev and to confirm his victory. But Bhishma Dev, he looked at his watch and he said, no, sorry, time is up. Already exactly 13 years are over. The 1 year is over just some time ago. So you just missed it. It was very dramatic. Hare Krishna. And it was then Arjuna defeated all of them. I don't remember. I have heard somewhere that he defeated them. Somewhere I heard, okay, the game was over. Nothing fight was there. Okay, I don't remember I don't know what exactly happened then. But yes, the exile ended and incognito also ended, and all the Pandava brothers and Mother Draupadi, they returned. Krishna. Thank you very much. Anybody else would like to add? Question is, what were Arjuna Gandhis made of? Can we make such powerful weapons now also? I don't know. This is a celestial weapon. Arjuna has... I don't know who gave Gandiv to Arjuna. Anybody remembers who gave Gandiv to Arjuna? Is it this Gandiva was given to him by Agnidev, right? Yeah. When that Maya Danav episode happened. So when Arjuna offered the entire Khandav one to Agnidev, I think with that Agnidev got very pleased and gave Gandiv. I think it comes in Krishna book. It comes in the one of the chapters towards the end of Krishna book. This incident, that how Arjuna receives Gandiva. Yeah. So Arjuna's Gandiv is made up of, I don't know what elements, since fire god has given, so must be made of fire element. But we cannot reduce these weapons to our current knowledge, because our current knowledge of metals and non-metals, it's very limited, and we don't know what knowledge they have, which is much more superior. And there was another question before by Varsha Sandhan. Why Arjuna, is this, I don't know, are you related to Jivnesh Prabhu? Why Arjuna says here, we don't know what is better. Okay, this is Jivnesh Prabhu. Why Arjuna says here, we don't know what is better, instead of saying, I don't know. You mean to say, why does he say, we don't know, instead of saying, I don't know? Can you go up a little bit? Can you go, in the sense, show that verse also? Yeah. Yeah. Good question. I don't know exactly the answer. Maybe Arjuna is referring to all the Pandava brothers. That we, as the Pandava brothers, we don't know what is better. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay, Sachin Prabhu is telling, in the incognito, Bhima was the cook with name Ballava, Nakula tended the horses as Granthika, Sahadev herds the cows, and his name is Tantipala. Okay, thank you, Sachin Prabhu. There is a question. Bhishma and Dronacharya were on the opposite side because of the will of providence. Can you explain will of providence? I don't know. Sir gave very nice lectures during Ramayana on this will of providence. I don't know. I see it as arrangement of Krishna. Krishna wants to show something. Krishna's desire. It is causeless, as Sir says. So maybe there might be some good reasons for this, which I'm not aware of. But what I know is this must be Krishna's desire. Hare Krishna. Okay, I think we can stop here, right? So tomorrow who will be reading? Abhishek Panchal Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.